Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Trish, and you're at Trish's Creative Treasures. As you see, I'm still in the living room. Hopefully, I'll be able to get back upstairs soon. But I'm told I'm not going to get to go up until they have it cleaned and ready. But Lord only knows when that is. It's got to get soon though, because I'm really getting tired of being stuck downstairs. So I love being in my living room and being able to get to the kitchen, but I miss all my stuff. Like I told Jim last night, it's like my lifeline of everything is upstairs, and I've just got very minimum of my lifeline down here. Come here, Flokie. You want to come? Come on. He's sitting at my leg looking at me like, what am I going to do? Okay, you're not going to come? Flokie, you don't want to come sit with Mom? Well, I guess he doesn't want to come sit with Mom. It's mine, my hair. I got my crochet hook and it's where I put my crochet hooks. And you should see it. I go crazy looking everywhere. And I'm like, I can't find it. And then all of a sudden, like 20 minutes into looking for it, I'm like, it's in my hair. But anyways, I just figured I would get on here today and show you some of the things I've been working on. Mind me, I'm in a dress that I had pre-surgery, and it is like I could fit like another 2 or 3 people in this dress right now. So just bear with my bulkiness of my dress, and it's a little chilly in the house, which I turned the heat off because it was too hot. I mean, I was sitting in the house just literally sweating and miserable because it was too hot. So I said, Jim, to turn the freaking heat off, because it's been it's been in the 50s during the day. Now, granted, it's been raining. Our backyard is like worse than a mud pit. You step, you sink. It's almost like quicksand, Jim said. I don't know. I haven't been in there. I was supposed to go to the chiropractor today, but I had to cancel it because there was no way we were going to get me, because I have to use the wheelchair to get to the car. So there's no way they were going to get me from the back porch area through all the mud over to where I parked the car. More or less, there was no way Jim was going to get the car up in the yard. I mean, it is bad because it's just been raining for days straight. I don't think it's raining today. Thank goodness, because it has just been awful. But so I figured I'd hop on here and show you some of the things that I've been making while I've been downstairs. So I finished the bag that I was working on. So here's the handle. I made a long one because it's kind of like a crossbody. So here is this. Now this yarn here, I don't know if you can get it anymore. It was Wood Heart with Love. So that is one side and here's the other. They match. So that's one finished object. So, and I've been playing with my knitting machines. So here I got a tiny little baby hat made off the 22 peg. Now my 22 peg, Jim's going to take apart and look because it keeps like grinding and it's almost like it won't turn. It gets stuck and I don't understand why. I mean, I let Josie just sit there and she was just cranking it, but I shouldn't have hurt anything. At least I don't think. Let me see. I feel like this light is... That is better. I don't look as blurry. Ah, hello. I see you. Darn straps. I know. It's almost the point where I can't stand wearing this dress because it is just so big. But, okay. So, there's one little tiny baby hat. Is that not just ever so adorable? I have another one on the machine halfway done. I got to finish it. So, this I think would fit like, I don't know. It's a little big for a preemie, but it's just probably big enough for a newborn because there's not a whole lot of stretch to it. So, baby hat. Some of these you probably have already seen. So, I think I showed you this one already. This is made with the Bernat baby blanket yarn. So, I have enough on the skein probably to make 2 more hats. Plus, I just found another whole skein of this. I've had this, oh my god. Bought this years ago. It was one of the first things that I actually bought online as far as yarn goes because there was on sale. So here is another one that I've made. This is just the tube. And this is yarn I had gotten from Mary Maxim not Mary Maxim, from Annie's when I had Annie's Crochet Club. So this, there came 3 of them in the pack, but remember I said I had to get rid of a lot of yarn. Yeah, this was it. Are you coming, big girl? Come on. No? You don't want to come sit with Mom? Okay. Nobody wants to sit with Mom. Here is the other one that I've made. This is a Hirschner's. Oh, where did I put it? This is a Pastry Plus. And I mean, this has a lot of yardage on it. It's almost like 800 yards. Let me see. 743 yards. So, I mean, I can make quite a few bits with that. This is this hat that I've made. So this came out so pretty. So when you flip this up, it gives that extra bit of the blue with it. And this one is a Yarn Bee Urban Chick in Berry. So there's what I've used on that. And then I made, now this is a Hobby Lobby too, Yarn Bee. I don't have the ball band anymore, but it was Touch of Alpaca. So there's this. And I had enough of it left that I made a scarf. So, and I ordered some of the faux fur pom-pom things to put on the ends and the tops. I have a bunch upstairs, but to be able to find where they're at right now, because as you remember, everything in my yarn room is packed up. And I have a couple of ordered candles that I haven't been able to get up to make them, because everything's upstairs, and I have some jewelry stuff ordered that I can't make because I don't know where anything is, because, you know, I'm not getting the process done like it was supposed to be done. It is what it is, right? Just smile and act like it's all good, because that's what I gotta do. Now, I know you have seen this one before. So this was a Hobby Lobby, and it was, I love this yarn, and it is fruit salad. So these are all my successes that I've had without having any drop stitches. Yay, I'm getting the hang of it better and better. So I kind of got like the tension thing. Instead of using the tension thing that comes with it, I kind of wrap the yarn in my hand and I stick my hand underneath the machine and I just stand there and I let the, you know, yarn come through my hand there and I just hold it underneath as I'm cranking, and that gives me perfect tension. So, okay, so those are the hats that I've made. I've been working on Pierce's baby blanket, so I am probably halfway through my second skein, and everything has my hair in it because I'm losing hair. But here is what I've gotten done so far on his blanket. So this is coming out really pretty. I'm really loving how this stitch looks, which I don't, like I said, I don't know what you would call it. It's like the moss stitch, but I just was playing with stitches, and instead of just going into the chain space, first off, I'm doing double crochets. Second off, instead of just going into the chain space, I'm going down into the stitch below it. So it's giving it a nice padded kind of feel, whereas they could actually lay this on the floor and he could do tummy time on this when it's done, because it's puffy and thick enough, I think, that it would work. So I do, when I wake up in the morning, I do a couple rows, and then at night I do a couple rows, because I've been doing a lot of in between, like I work on every day. I work on the knitting loom. I at least try to get one hat done every day, because I've been doing it so much that it's affecting my shoulder and my elbow right now. So I don't think I'm going to work with the knitting loom today. But I have done, since I am committing myself to doing squares, and I know some of you are doing it with me. Thank you so much. The more the merrier. It's fun when you have each other, because this way I'll show you on here and in my Trisha Stitches, but everybody else that's doing it so far in my Trisha Stitches group is you know, saying, I'm going to join you, I'm going to join you. Lisa from Coping with Yarn is joining, but she's going to do hexagons so she can do a hexie blanket. I'm just doing whatever I have. Like, I have a bag full of just like scrap yarn down here. So I'm just kind of working at that. Where's my second? I do have 2 purple squares. I don't know where my second one is. So anyways, where'd you go, purple square? This side of the sofa is like a mess because it has all my stuff on it. So I do have 2 purple squares. It's here somewhere. And I got 2 blue ones done so far. And mine, I am using a 5.5 mil hook. My divot shope one, which is right here. And I'm doing 6 rounds. So that's those. And I have 4 of each of these made because I'm going to also start doing the polka dots and making some squares out of the circles. So you have like Krista from the Secret Yarnery, her blanket with the circles. I've been wanting to make one of those, so perfect opportunity. Get my circles made, get them into squares, and then put the blanket together. So I'm doing that. I gotta get Draken to go upstairs and probably look for my Granny Square books because I have at least 3 or 4 of them, I'm pretty sure, to be able to find some different patterns for different squares just for fun. Because that way, you know, you can have different kind of blankets to make and things to be, you know, I want to be prepared for next year for Christmas, and I want to have blankets made that I can put in my living room because believe me, I have my whole living room now is like one big sectional, as I've told you. So I got plenty of space to put blankets over my sofa, and plenty of people that come here and sit and get chilly and need a blanket to stay warm. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy doing that. My other adventure, and I don't have anything on here right now, is I am learning to knit. As going through some old stuff that I wanted to go through, that's where I got my big bag of scrap yarn. I mean, it's a trash bag, it's halfway full. I salvaged like yarn that was still good, like on the inside of the skein, got rid of what was on the outside. But I found these, and I'm like, someone must have given these to me, and I stuck them in there. Now, these are very hard to work with. They're long. I'm having a hard time. So I ordered a set of aluminum, like the ones that are circular needles. And I also ordered a set of bamboo ones because everyone that I'm watching says that it's better to start out with bamboo and plastic ones because you won't have the slip, which I'm seeing like I keep getting slipped stitches because these are so slippy. And I just feel so weird working with them because like I'm up here and it's like this long stuff like, and I know they have that so when you do something long, you can put your stitches down, but it just is very awkward feeling. But I've gotten down pat the cast on. Casting on is easy. I actually find it fun. I started watching, I've watched a couple different videos on knitting, but I have watched Kayleena from My Own Utopia, and the way she's taught, it's clicked. I keep doing drop stitches, and because I think it's these needles giving me a hard time. Plus, it still is like awkward, and I'm still learning. You know, I haven't gotten through more than 2 rows where I've lost something, and I'm like, oh, let's take it apart and start over again. But the more I take it apart and start over again, is more I'm learning. So that is what I've been doing the past few days, besides watching all of you on YouTube with your videos and taking naps in between because I've been so sleepy lately. I don't know if it's the rain. I don't know if it's the rain. I don't know what it is, but it's like I just feel blah and I have no energy and I'm just tired. I'm not sleeping. Like I am tired today, but I can't sleep. I barely slept last night, but I overslept the alarm this morning, and Draken said that I woke him up and said that he asked me for 10 more minutes of sleep, and I said okay.
No,
and
I did not ask I woke up, you said, I'll give you 10 more minutes.
Oh, see, I don't remember any of this. Because this is how I get when I'm up all night and I crash. And I always try very hard to stay awake until I know he's up and ready and leaves for school. But I must have just been that exhausted that I fell asleep at some point. And I must have woken up with the alarm and gotten him up. But I woke up almost a little after 9 this morning. And I looked at my phone to see what time it was. And I was like, oh my God, crap. Well, I said something else, but you know. And I'm like, Dragon! Because he is over there sleeping. Because there's no way. Like, his bedroom now is the third floor. So, being down here on the first floor, there's no way I'm going to wake him up for yelling at him. Because when we're upstairs, he's directly the floor right above me. And his bed's, like, literally right above me. And I yell. Plus, I take my cane and I kind of rush up and I bang the ceiling with my cane to wake him up. But yeah, he didn't go to school today because he missed the bus and I had no way of getting him to school today. He's missed too much school. Like, he's already missed a lot from being sick. Like, Drake can always, ever since he's little, just get stomach aches out of the blue and he just feels sick. And, you know, the next day he'll be fine. I don't know. I had it looked at years ago and they just don't know, but he eats and he eats a lot. So I think it comes because he also has problems with releasing, you know, he has problems pooping. And he gets very constipated and he has always had problems with that. Whereas my middle daughter, Kira, always did too. She has a medical issue called encopresis. So I don't know if he has something like that. My mother always had issues with being regular, and same with my grandfather. My grandfather would get up every morning and drink a big old glass of prune juice, eat a bowl of Raisin Bran, and by the time he was done eating, he had to run to the bathroom because that's what he had to do to keep himself regular. I think Drake's stomach aches come where he's impacted with too much in there and it's just not coming out. But if he would go to school on that day and it decides to come out, it's not going to be pretty, so I don't make him go on those days because I know that he cannot. But yeah, we've just been chilling out downstairs, hanging out. He was excited to go back to school yesterday because he's been getting bored sitting around here, but he got a Nintendo Switch for Christmas. So that's like his lifeline. That's all he's doing is playing Nintendo Switch, which is irritating me and working on my last freaking nerve. But it is what it is. Flokie, don't chew on that. There's some of the Christmas stuff down and it needs to go upstairs into the bathroom. And he's chewing on my garland that has lights pre-lit in it that I've had over my entertainment center. That needs to go upstairs in the bathroom closet. But I have a big order in from Joann's because I was watching Yarn Geek this morning because she showed a huge sale at Joann's. So what do I have to do? I hop on Joann's and she wasn't kidding. And I don't know when the sale ends, but if you need to stock up on solids or whatever, I mean, it's not just Big Twist. Big Twist, their regular yarn is on sale for $2.50. Just their everyday worsted. So I stocked up. I got 2 of almost each color, and I don't even know what I got a bunch because everything is like really on sale. So while it's on sale, while the getting's good. And then Hirschner's has a big sale, so I ordered a few things from Hirschner's. So, and I've been watching videos. Now I know. Oh my God, what is her name? I can't think of it. Courtney from Fiber Fox Studios teaches mosaic crochet. So I need to watch her, but I've also been watching that Tina that does mosaic crochet. I mean, she's got some big, huge, gorgeous blankets. So it's like, holy moly, how that would take me years to do because everything's in single crochet except for when you go down, it's double. But as far as myself, for the new year, I'm not going to set a bunch of goals. My goals last year was to learn to knit, which I did not do. And I wanted to learn to do graph gans. Well, I figured out the graphs, but I just never got around to making them. So I think I'm going to incorporate making some of the smaller ones into my squares, just to do like a good practice of it before I decide I'm going to do a big project. I'm going to do the same thing with the mosaic. I'm going to do small pieces so that way I can connect them into a bigger piece. But I want to work on really growing my channel. Once things kind of get back to normal and I can be back upstairs, I can start doing videos more. But it's like with downstairs, I have everybody like Brandon and Raven come in and out. Crystal and Sapphire, whatever, they come in and out. And that's okay because I welcome the company. But I just feel weird doing videos down here that if someone walks in, it's just like it gets taken away from you guys, and my focus is on you guys right now. So I want to work on doing what you guys want. So what I'm asking for you guys is, what would you like me to be active about on? Like, do you want to learn something that I can try to learn, that I can try to teach you, or we can learn together? I was thinking about with the graphs that we can do like graphs together. And what I was thinking about doing is, because I got a bunch of free ones off of Pinterest, and that I can put them on my Trish's Creative Treasures page, and that we can do maybe a small graph a month together if you would like to do that, along with the granny squares. That just sounds fun to me. I'm gonna have hauls. I will always have hauls, like maybe like around once a month, but I have to spread them out because disability, I get one check a month, and that is it. So yeah. So my other goals for myself personally is to keep continuing working on my weight loss, which I really do think I'm at a standstill now because I can barely move. I can't. This weather, like last year I was sore but I could get around better, but I also was on anti-inflammatory medications. I was on different arthritis medicines, which I had to stop taking prior to surgery, and I can't take them ever again because you can't have anything with like an ibuprofen in it, you know, anything that has any type of similarity to being anti-inflammatory will put holes in my stomach, which we don't need, and it will hurt my stomach. Because I know, like, I take Vicodin a couple times a day. I have been for 10 years. Am I addicted to it? Yeah, sure I am. Does it alter me in a weird way? No, it's like I just took some ibuprofen or Tylenol when I take my Vicodin. That helps to a point, but it doesn't help with the joint pain. The joint pain is awful. So, yeah. I can't move around too well. I move around the best I can, but I have a small house with, you know, just like, can go from one room to the other. You know, if it was nice out, like my Crystal, Jim's sister, but she has been like my best friend forever. I mean, I left her when I had my house. I had a beautiful double wide trailer, and the trailer park is literally just up the hill from us. When I lived up there, she needed a place to live, so she like, oh my god, we had so much fun back in the day. Although we did drink a lot back then, and we did a lot of stupid things, but hey, that's besides the point. We had fun, but that's like, I was still in my 30s back then. It was before Draken was born, and Tiana was like kindergarten age, and Dessa and Kira. Let's see, when Draken was born, Odessa was 16, and Kira was 14, and Tiana was 6. So this was prior to those ages, and we would just have fun My girls loved dancing with Crystal. Crystal would just put on music and just dance, and the kids would just have fun dancing with her. And we did a lot of cooking and a lot of baking, and we just had fun, you know. I mean, I still went to work every day, but when I came home, it was fun. And, you know, Crystal has a hard time because last year, was it sometime in November, her middle daughter passed away. And it was right before her 20th or 21st birthday. She had asthma so bad that she wound up in the hospital numerous times because of asthma. And she was at a party. We don't know what was happening, but they thought that she was faking or whatever, and she died from an asthma attack that nobody helped her with. And I guess it was she was using the inhaler trying to breathe so much that they said it was like overdosed, you know, with the inhaler, but it didn't help with their breathing, you know. And everybody just stood there. Some of them were laughing, some of them were videotaping it, you know. It's like, come on now. But God bless her soul, because she's been through the ringer, and she just still, like, I know how I feel from losing my mother. And my mother and I were not even close. Like, my sister and my mom were best friends. My mom and I did things together, but, like, I depended on my mom for a lot of things, you know. I've been a single mom for how many years? You know, I'm not any, kind of am, but kind of not. Like, Jim helps me out with drinking, and my girls are raised and have kids of their own. But, you know, for a while I was a single mom, and my mom would buy my kids their clothes. She would do this, she would do that. Like, she really helped out with everything. And I could call her and get, you know, advice or whatever it may be. My mom was there. And I'm looking for my iced tea, and I don't know what I did with it. Let's see. I got it. I just need a drink real quick, guys. My mouth's going dry. So, yeah, we don't have the fun times like we used to because she's pretty sad and she doesn't come out a lot. You know, she stays in her house, in her room, depressed, and I don't blame her. I mean, I can only imagine. I can't imagine losing one of my kids. Like, that hole in your heart that will never heal and never go away has to be awful. But I just realized that Draken left, and you're all the way over there, and I'm all the way over here. So I really got to get one of those click. I have a bunch of them upstairs. I just have never, like, Bluetoothed them to my phone. And I guess, like, for times like this, I should do that. But I'm going to have to use my grabbers here, guys, because I'm going to get off here, because I guess I've blabbered on about enough about stuff that don't even really matter to you guys. But I just wanted to get on real quick and just say, hey, I'm still alive. And I've been crafting. I've been doing a lot of crafting. Oh, that's right. I didn't show you my diamond painting. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it from here. So, oh yeah. I got all the dark done. I got the cat all done. So now I started with the next darkest color that's, you know, beside all of that I'm going around. And it's just coming along. I didn't do this at all yesterday because I was working on trying to knit and making a couple hats. Working on his blanket. Finished my bag. Slept a little bit. You know, time, you don't realize how time flies. Like, when you are disabled and can't really do anything and you're stuck and you realize, like, oh my God, it's dark out already, because time, every day just flies by and they just meld in together, and you don't realize what the date is. You don't realize you forgot something because you forgot that this is the day for that. Yeah. So, all right, guys. I am going to just let you know how much I appreciate each and every one of you. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for being here. And if you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button. It's free. You know, free is always good. I am more entertaining at times, but right now I'm in that wonderful state of, like, I can't move right now because of the story of my life. I'm in pain all the time. I don't like to dwell on it with you guys, because I don't want that to be like, oh, I'm in pain, you know. I don't want to be a griper all the time. I want to be happy, chipper, go lucky, but I have my moments when I can't really move and I can't do a lot, and I'm in one of those phases where I am stuck. So, um, I do get to have fun here and there, and I'll be goofy and this and that. So, but this is the past few days I've been spending with my kitties. This is Mr. Flokie. For those of you that are new here, I now have 9 cats. That's the other thing I forgot to tell you guys. December 23rd, Draken went up to the bathroom. He was going to go get a shower, and Charles passed away. Charles died in the bathroom. Um, it was his time. He was sick. Charles was sick since we got him. We had him at the vet numerous times. Um, Tons of money on this medication, that medication, and it came down to it that he had cat chlamydia, which is not an STD. Like, you get chlamydia as a human being, it's an STD. It is something respiratory and something that once you get it, you have it forever. So, and it was contagious, which we tried to keep him away, but Floki here has it, which I started getting on Chewy this respiratory like nasal medicine that you just put a couple drops in their mouth, and it keeps them decongested where he's not like and he hates it because I have to clean off his nose all the time because he blows out boogie bubbles sometimes. So unfortunately little Floki here has it, and I hope that it doesn't shorten his lifespan because he is such a sweetheart. He is such a loving cat. He is a lap cat, and he's a snuggler. He doesn't make any noise. Like, he'll go. Now, he does purr. Purring comes out, but when he goes to meow, nothing comes out. He doesn't growl like the other cats when, I feed them. Jim yells at me all the time, but I share my food with my cats. And because they can only eat so much, I always have extras left on my plate. So they all come, they're scattered. So I have 9 cats on me here, and it's a piece for you, piece for you, piece for you, And Miss Piper, whom you guys never see, she is our Maine Coon cat that someone just ditched here. She was tiny, and we brought her in, and she will not let us touch her. She won't come to us. You can't hold her, except for the past week. She's been sitting down here. Now, granted, she's at the end of the sofa here in the corner. But I've got her where she comes to me because she likes crackers. So I have crackers sitting here at the side on my little end table. And if I touch the wrapper, she looks at me. And she'll come over, and she'll inch up, and she'll come. And at first I have to start at a distance, and she'll take the cracker. But then I start pulling her, and she actually will come close to me and eat it on my hand and let me pet her. I can't pick her up or touch her, and it's all when she wants you to. So it's like I'm hoping to gain a relationship with her because she's Maine Coon. Now, she had issues. She has a skin condition. I forget what it is. We had her at the vet. And she kind of pulled out her hair, and she didn't have much hair there for a while, and her fur's coming back now, and she's beautiful. I mean, she's a beautiful cat. I mean, who would dump a Maine Coon off? I mean, she is pure Maine Coon. Like, seriously. She's not she's longer than my females of the, my tiger stripe females. I'd say she's might be about the length and size of Carlos, my male, who is pretty big. But like she always looks mad. Like she's got that permanent mad face on her. But she's getting to be more friendly. She's not afraid to be around the other cats. So I've been really trying to work with her the best I can the past week. So, and then we have Storm. Storm's eye is doing much better. He can close his eye and open it now. He's just going to be blind in that eye, unfortunately. But I love my cats. I am a cat person. I am a cat, like my family all calls me the crazy cat lady. So we did have 10 cats. We now have 9 because Charles took his time to the kitty rainbow. He was old when we got him. We rescued him because somebody that Tiana knew was living with her. Her boyfriend had moved in with her. And he brought this cat with him because it was his cat. Well, he moved out and left the cat there. He didn't want the cat. So the girl couldn't stand the cat, and the girl couldn't afford to take care of the cat. So she had put something on Facebook, and Tiana came to me because if no one took the cat, she was going to take it to a kill shelter. And he would have been killed, put down because he was sick. So, you know, he got the drops like I was giving Floki, and he was doing really good. But I just think age. He had a few days before the 23rd. He was just, I was sitting in my room and he was walking on my floor. And all of a sudden you saw him kind of like fall to the ground, but it looked like his body twisted and his head was just like. So I don't know if he had a seizure or if he had a stroke. But that right there, like, I didn't think he was going to recover that day because it was like he was paralyzed that day. But the next day, he was kind of walking funny, but he got around. And then each day, he got a little bit better. So I thought, okay, he's done with this. But then you could tell he wasn't. Like, I knew the time was coming and I knew it was going to be soon. Draken had a hard time because since Tiana abandoned him, he kind of became Draken's snuggle buddy. He stayed upstairs with Draken in his room, you know, and Charles is one that liked to come under the covers with you and just like cuddle up on you. Kind of like Flokie does. He loves to be under a blanket and he will just cuddle up on you inside the blanket. But, yeah. Charles was the orange tabby that I had. So, he is buried up. The kids have a pet cemetery up in the woods. So he's up there with all the other pets that have passed on from all the kids. So, okay, I think I said I was going to stop talking 10-15 minutes ago, and I have just blubbered on for another 10-15 minutes. So, if you have not, subscribe to my channel, please, and hit that notification bell so that way you're notified every time I upload a video. And then hit the like button, guys. Give me some thumbs, please, because that really helps with the algorithm to get my videos out there. And leave me a comment. I mean, ask me any questions. Please tell me. I would love for you to tell me, what would you like to see with me? Like, what would you like to do with me on my channel? You know, I'm still gonna do the hauls, like I said, and I'm gonna show what I have, you know, my makes and everything. And I'm hoping that I can eventually do tutorials. I just like, I don't read patterns. I don't write patterns. I just design stuff and I don't even write down. And I need to, when I'm making something, I need to write down what I do so I can share that with you. Because I just go for it. Like I just go and I know the basics of what I did to make another one, and no two are ever exactly alike. But there's a lot of stuff I'd like to do. Like I want to show you how to make like lotions and sugar scrubs, and I need to get back into my yarn dyeing because I have plenty of blank yarn to dye that I would like to put up in my shop for sale. Then I just can't find. I have had I used to get from a place called Dyer Supplier, and their website's there, but it's empty. There's nothing there. Like they don't have nothing for sale, and that's where I used to get this beautiful yarn with the sparkling through it. I mean, it was just so sparkly. It was gorgeous. So I don't have any more of that base, and I haven't found a supplier yet that I can get something like that at a decent price. Like I found a couple on Etsy that sell it one hank, but it's like you're going to pay the price of what you pay for a hank that's dyed as well. Mm-mm. When I could get them, you know, I would get a whole like bag of it for like 50-60 bucks, you know, and there was a lot of skeins in there, well, a lot of hanks in there, but that's what I was getting before, and now I can't get it. I don't know. So if you know where you can go to get a bunch of like sparkly yarn that's bare, let me know, because I mean, I guess I heard Knit Picks is gone. I heard Knit Picks closed down shop. So all right, so yes, let me know if you have any interest that you would like me to do with you and share with you. what you would like me to talk about, what you would like me to see, because this isn't just for me, and I don't want to make it just for me what I do. I want to do for you because I do this channel for you guys. To interact with you guys, to have like some sort of relationship with you guys, to get to know each and every one of you. I am enjoying getting a friendship with each and every one of you. So please let me know what you'd like to see, because we're in a new year and I want to be more. I want to do more. So, yeah, I know I've been brainstorming and I have a few things up my sleeve that we might do. So, we'll see. All right, guys. I love yous, each and every one of you. Mind me, because I'm going to have to pull you towards me so I can turn off my camera, because we've got to use my broken grabbers here. Yeah, I broke them yesterday. So here we go. Don't fret. Don't fret. Ah, there we go.